Tonight, a Bay Area couple is grateful to be back on U.S. soil after trying to leave Russia in the face of massive global flight restrictions.
Earlier this week, the U.S. banned Russian flights from American airspace, but the couple is home now. And Justin Schecker's live at Tampa International with their story. And boy, they must be relieved tonight.
They are, Josh and Jen. Good evening to you both. Imagine leaving a country that has just invaded its neighbor, being on a long international flight back to the United States, and all of a sudden the pilot says they need to turn around. That's what happened to this local couple before finally they returned to Tampa last night.
We met in the parking lot downtown Tampa, and a year later I'm in Russia during a war.
Jonathan Bush traveled to Russia in December with his wife to visit her family and explore the country.
The Russian people treated me really well. I was the only American. I was the only black American.
They planned to extend their trip until mid-March, but then
once that first bomb hit Ukraine, that's when we were like, oh, okay, it's for real for us. This is serious.
Bush says his wife's family helped them book tickets back to the U.S. with a Russian airline. Hours after taking off from Moscow last weekend, he says the pilot told the passengers they had to turn around because of Canada's ban on Russian flights. At that time, Russian planes also weren't allowed to fly over the European Union.
What type of creative, route is the pilot going to have to do, and are we going to run out of gas? So I actually started both of us fearing for our lives, to be honest with you.
That plane did make it back to Russia, where Bush encountered new challenges trying to get back to Florida.
My cards were declining off jump. They were declining, so they were starting to decline American cards.
After 7 attempts, he says they booked new flights through the Middle East.
Luckily, we were able to get on a flight from Qatar to New York, which was insanely expensive because they kept jacking up the prices.
Finally, on Wednesday, Bush and his wife landed at JFK for the last leg of their long trip home on a flight to Tampa.
I'm just very glad to be American. Glad to be back in America. A lot of the privileges and freedoms we have, we take for granted. We have no idea how they live in other countries.
And you may have noticed we didn't show any pictures of Bush's wife in our story. She asked we don't show her face or use her name because of safety concerns. We are live tonight at Tampa International Airport. I'm Justin Schecker, 8 on your side.